So we have done till this to find the thickness of slab. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Right. So this is completed thickness of slab. Now, so as I discussed, you can directly assume the thickness in the range of 80 to 150, or this is the actual practice to find the thickness of slab. Right. Now, once the thickness of slab is over, the next thing you require to do, that is step number 2, to find effective length. Right. And effective. Now this is related to the same criteria as we did for the beam. So the effective length calculation from clause number 22.2, right, that is the clear span plus effective depth and center to center distance between the support, right. So these are the two criteria. So very first criteria is clear span plus D, right. So for our case, this was our problem. Clear span is 3.5 meter, right. So over here 3.5 meter is my clear span plus depth. What was small d?
175.
0.75.
175 mm. So in meter is 0.175, right. So this will give you one of the value. Chalo calculate karo.
3.675.
3.675. So this is my first value. Then second is center to center distance. Between the support. Right. So in your data it is given with the support width. Right. So 230 mm. So the distance will be, what will be the distance? 3.5. This is the clear span plus 0.230 by 2 from one support plus 0.230 by 2 from other support. I am not discussing why I have done this because I have already mentioned in beam design. Chalo, calculate this.
3.73 meter.
3.73
73.
meter. Right. So these are the two values we are getting, and lower of these two you require to consider. So from these two, lower is 3.675. So now you can write your L effective is equal to 3.675. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is step number 3, to find design load on slab. Right, so you require to find the design load. Design load means WD. So as I explained in last lecture that the total load acting on the slab are dead load and live load. In dead load, self weight of slab, floor finish, then waterproofing, then tiling. If all these are there, then you need to add with the title of dead load and live load. That live load is depend on the type of the structure. So if you are designing your office building or the school building, right? Then the live load on the floor is more compared to the residential building, right? So that live load value you can get, that live load value you can get from IS 875 part 2. IS 875 part 2. So let me show you. IS 875 part 2. So right now I have not downloaded it. So I will show you in next lecture because I don't want to waste time. So that is available in IS 875 part 2. Depend on the type of the structure, the live load value is given. Now here is in your data, it is already mentioned the live load value as 4 kilonewton per meter square and floor finish as 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So very first we will find the dead load. So the very first dead load is self weight of slab, right? So is equal to, now see, this is your slab, right? And this slab is having length in this direction, shorter span Lx, longer span is Ly, right? And this slab must have the thickness. मैं यहाँ पर ही थोड़ा thickness दिखा देती हूँ. So this slab is having thickness. So this is called the thickness of slab, right? Thickness. ये प्लान है, जस्ट प्लान में थिकनेस नहीं दिखेगा, दैट देन ऑल्सो आई हैव शोन कि ये थिकनेस है, राइट? नाउ फॉर द सेल्फ वेट ऑफ स्लैब, नाउ if this is your cross section, then I can draw the elevation part over here, slab ka, right? So here this will be the thickness or D or T, right? This will be the length, right? And this you can see this type of your slab. This will parallel to this, and here somewhere it will be. So length is having 3 parameter. Slab is having 3 parameter: length in x direction, length in y direction, thickness. Right. Now the self weight of the slab we required in terms of kilonewton per meter, because we are required to find the or transfer the load in terms of UDL, or UDL ka unit is kilonewton per meter. So how to find self weight of slab? The very first is density of reinforced concrete, because slab is reinforced concrete, so density multiply by thickness of slab, overall thickness of slab, that is capital D, into, because this is density is in kilonewton per meter cube, your thickness will be in meter, then we require to multiply one more parameter over here to make this load in kilonewton per meter. So that one parameter is 1 meter width of strip. Now what is that? See, this slab is having area, length in x and length in y direction. So what we are doing, we are designing this slab for 1 meter strip. मतलब ये पूरे लेंथ में से मैं 1 मीटर की स्ट्रिप की डिजाइन करती हूँ. सो दिस स्ट्रिप इज ऑफ 1 meter. this is of 1 meter. राइट, सो दिस स्ट्रिप इज ऑफ 1 मीटर. तो मैं ये 1 मीटर के लिए मेरे स्लैब की डिज़ाइन करती हूँ, एंड वॉट एवर विल बी द डिज़ाइन दैट इज प्रोवाइडेड थ्रू आउट दिस लेंथ. राइट, सो अगर आपको लेंथ स्लैब का लेंथ LY भी नहीं पता है, देन ऑल्सो यू कैन डू द डिज़ाइन बाय कंसिडरिंग द 1 मीटर width of slab. So this is very important to understand that this one is the difference between your beam and the slab. In beam the width is constant, or you can say the width you can provide with respect to the cross section. Like this, in beam this is the B and this one is the D, whereas actually in one way slab the width is LY only. But as you cannot do the design with respect to full length, so it is assumed that we are designing for 1 meter of strip from this length, and we will provide reinforcement accordingly throughout the length or throughout the available distance. Right, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so this will be again in meter, 1 meter, so that's why you will get the unit in kilonewton per meter. Right, तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं ये ड्रॉ करूँ तो ये कैसा होगा, अभी हम कैसे डिज़ाइन करते हैं, दिस इज डेप्थ एंड दिस विल बी द विड्थ. ऐसा हम डिज़ाइन करते हैं अभी स्लैब का, एंड दिस इज द 1 मीटर स्ट्रिप. इज इट क्लियर? चलो, व्हाट इज डेंसिटी ऑफ स्लैब? reinforced concrete 25. What is overall thickness?
0.195.
In meter, 0.195 into 1. This is very important to write 1, though it won't change your value, final value, but it is required to write 1 so that it will be easily understood. Chalo, 25 to 0.195.
4.875.
4.875 kilonewton per meter. Per meter width of slab. This we required to write, because all this design we are doing for per meter width of slab. 1 मीटर width के लिए डिजाइन करते हैं. That's why this is very important to understand. चलो, second load is floor finish. So if in data it is given, then you can take, otherwise you can get this floor finish load from IS 875 part 1. This density is also given in IS 875 part 1. Right, chalo, now floor finish. Here floor finish is given 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So for floor finish is also given in kilonewton per meter square. So convert into kilonewton per meter. Again you require to multiply with 1 meter width of strip. Is it clear? So it will become, though it will become 1.5 kilonewton per meter width of strip. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, then waterproofing tiling load, if it is given then you can consider, if not then just keep that, and that also you can get from IS 875 part 1. Right now it is not given, so we are not taking into account. So total dead load is equal to 4.875 plus 1.5. What is that?
6.375.
6.375 kilonewton per meter. So this one is my final value for the dead load. Is it clear, everyone? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to live load. Can I rub this? Oh, I can write over here also. Chalo. Now live load. What is live load value given in our data? 4 kilonewton per meter square. Right, so this is 4 kilonewton per meter square. Again, it is meter square. We require to multiply with 1 meter width of string. So this will become 4 kilonewton per meter. So now I can write total load on slab is equal to dead load plus live load. चलो करो dead load plus live load. What is dead load? 6.375 plus 4.
10.375.
10.375 kilonewton per meter. Right, now I require to find factor load on slab is equal to 10.375 into partial safety factor. चलो कितना आता है? So this will become your design load or factor load.
15.562.
Now if live load is not given, you can get the live load value from IA675. कितना आ रहा है?
15.562.
So this is my kilonewton per meter width of. Is it clear to everyone? Right. So this is my load on slabs. Slab के ऊपर load मुझे मिल गया. Now step number 4. Once you have load, what you require to find? Maximum bending moment. Right. अभी ऐसा है आपका स्लैब. ये है आपका स्लैब. यहाँ पे आपको पूरा लोड मिल गया. अभी लोड से क्या होगा? बेंडिंग मोमेंट जनरेट होगा. दिस इज सिंपली सपोर्ट. ये है ऐसा आपका सिंपली सपोर्ट स्लैब. एक यहाँ पे सपोर्ट है, एक यहाँ पे सपोर्ट है. एंड दिस इज द यूडीएल. राइट. और ये है आपका एल इफेक्टिव. So what will be the maximum bending moment for simply support? This is the bending moment diagram, and this will be the bending moment maximum. So what will be the maximum bending moment? For simply suppose
W square by 8.
W effective square by 8. So W is 15.562 into what is L effective? 3.675 square. Chalo, find out MU. Find out MU.
26.27.
26.27 kilonewton into meter per meter width of steel. Right. So now I have moment. Now in design, once I get the moment, I can find the reinforcement. Chalo. Now you have moment. Now you can find the reinforcement. Let's start number 5. Tension reinforcement. So as I explained earlier, that your slab, suppose this is your slab, right? Bending is taking place over here. This is the deflection. So this is the tension, this one is the compression, right? So main reinforcement you are going to provide parallel to the shortest part, right? So that reinforcement you are going to find over here. Now there are two ways to find the reinforcement for the slab. As slab is also flexure member, so the equation which you have used in singly beam from this annexure G, right? ये annexure G में से ये equation है. The same equation you can use for the slab also, right? The same equation you can use for the slab also, right? So put the value of your moment in this equation. Equation Fy, it is given, AST is unknown, small d you have, FCK you have, small d you have. Now can anyone tell me what will be the B in this equation?
One.
B हमने assume किया अभी 1 meter. That means B is equal to 1000 MU. Is it clear everyone? So in this equation, if you put all this value, then you will get the area of steel, right? So you can from annexure G, you can get area of steel. And second way is from SP16, right? Which is very easy way to find the reinforcement. As I told you in beam design also, that directly you can find the percentage steel from the tables which are given in SP16. So as this slab is considered to be the one-way singly, this slab is considered to be the singly beam, but having the wider width. Width उसकी wider है because length in y direction is more. So you can use the table which is given in this SP16. Right. So from table 1 onwards you can use the table. So here it is FCK 15. For our case, FCK is given as 20 and FE 415. So we'll take this table number 2 directly to find the area of steel. So this table number 2, FCK is 20, FY is 415, right? And we require to find MU upon BD square first, right? चलो find करते हैं. From SP16, very first we require to find MU upon BD square. Your MU is 26.27. You required in Newton mm, so multiply by 10 raised to 6. This B is 1 meter, that's why 1000 mm. Now can anyone tell me what is D, small d?
175.
175 square. चलो calculate करो and find out mu upon BD square.
0.85.
0.85. Right, so this is mu upon BD square 0.85. Now we need to open this and we need to search 0.85. So this is 0.85. We require to have Fe415. So the PT value directly you will get as 0.24. Right, so from table number 2, you will get directly percentage PT is equal to 0.248. 0.248. Right, so this one is the percentage steel we are getting. Is it clear everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
now जैसे हमने बीम में देखा that beam as per codal provision minimum area or minimum percentage steel required in beam, minimum and maximum percentage steel required in beam. सेम वे स्लैब में भी ऐसा है कि मिनिमम कितना प्रोवाइड करना पड़ेगा आपको, राइट? सो दैट क्लॉज इज क्लॉज नंबर 26.5.2.1. Clause number 26.5.2.1. So I am opening this clause 26.5.2.1. Right. So here is the clause for the minimum requirement of percentage steel in slab. Slab में कितना minimum होना चाहिए percentage steel. So the mild steel reinforcement in either direction in slab shall not be less than 0.15% of total cross section area. So what is given over here? The mild steel reinforcement. Mild steel reinforcement means Fe 250. Right. So for Fe 250 in either direction. Either direction means if this is the slab, so slab is having this direction also and this direction also. In both the direction, the percentage steel shall not be less than 0.15 percentage of cross area, total cross section area, percentage of total cross section area, right? And same way, however, this value can be reduced to 0.12% when high strength deform bars are used. So if you are using HYSD bar, HYSD means above 250, then this will not be less than 0.12 percentage of total cross section area. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
cross 26.5 point क्या है 26.5.2.1. Again I am repeating for mild steel. Percentage TT percentage is 0.15%. 0.15% ऑफ ग्रॉस एरिया ऐसा लिखोगे तो आपको एरिया ऑफ स्टील मिनिमम मिलेगा, और ऐसे लिखोगे तो फॉर HYSD bars minimum percentage steel you required to provide. HYSD है हायर स्ट्रेंथ है तो परसेंटेज रिड्यूस होगा. Is it clear, everyone? So now here is 0.248 and here HYSD bars are used. So this HYSD bar and your 0.248 HYSD के लिए कितना चाहिए हमें 0.12, तो आपका उससे ज़्यादा है. तो ये चेक आपको यहाँ पर ही कर देना है. Is it clear? अगर आपका परसेंटेज ये कैलकुलेशन के बाद 0.12 से कम आता है, देन यू शुड प्रोवाइड 0.12% एटलीस्ट. कम आता है तो वो नहीं लेना है, 0.12% तो लेना ही है. क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो, so this is percentage steel. Now once you have percentage steel, what you require to do is you require to find the area of steel. So AST, how to find AST? AST is equal to PTBD upon 100. PT कितना है 0.248, B is 1000, स्मॉल d कितना है 175
170.
डिवाइड बाय 100. चलो एरिया ऑफ स्टील फाइंड करो.
Four, 3, 4.
434 mm square. So this is my area of steel. This is my area of steel required for this slab, right? Now same this AST you can get from this annexure G equation also. So as now you understand that you can find AST from annexure G and from SP16 also. It is favorable to use SP16 for this subject and for exam point of view, right? So 434 is the area of steel. Now what next? हमने find कर लिया. Now step number 6, to find spacing of main reinforcement. Right. See, in exam you can skip these titles. This is for your understanding. I am giving the whole design with respect to stepwise. But in exam, if you feel that by writing all this you can, not able to complete your paper within time, you can skip these titles. You can directly do the design. Now we are to find the main reinforcement, spacing of main reinforcement. तो अभी हमें क्या करना है for this condition, if you remember, मैंने यहाँ पे आपको बताया था जैसे बीम है, बीम में हमने क्या फाइंड किया, नंबर ऑफ बार. सेम वे इन स्लैब वी रिक्वायर्ड टू फाइंड स्पेसिंग ऑफ बार, बिकॉज राइट नाउ वी आर डिजाइनिंग फॉर 1 मीटर विड्थ. फिर उसका वो जो रेनफोर्समेंट स्पेसिंग के लिए आएगा दैट वी विल प्रोवाइड थ्रू आउट द लेंथ. सो you need to open page number 230, page number 230. This is the page number 230, right? SP16 में से, right? So here table number 96, area of bars at given spacing. इसके ऊपर का टेबल है जो हमने बीम में देखा था नंबर ऑफ बार के लिए, राइट? और अगर स्पेसिंग ऑफ बार फाइंड करना है तो यहाँ से देखना है. तो नाउ सी वैल्यूज इन सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर, मतलब ये सब एरिया दिया है उसकी वैल्यू है सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर. सी दिस पर मीटर विड्थ, ये जो भी है पर मीटर विड्थ के लिए आपको दिया है. हियर इट इज मेंशन बार डायमीटर, सो वी रिक्वायर टू यूज द बार डायमीटर एंड एट लेफ्ट साइड स्पेसिंग इज गिवन. नंबर ऑफ बार में यहाँ लेफ्ट साइड पे नंबर ऑफ बार थे बीम के लिए. फॉर स्लैब यू रिक्वायर टू फाइंड द स्पेसिंग. Is it clear? Is this table is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
From table 96 SP16. Right. Your area is 434 mm square. So initially we required to assume the diameter. Assume diameter of main reinforcement. Main reinforcement के diameter जैसे बीम में भी हमने assume किए थे, same way you required to assume for the slab also. तो अभी कितना assume करना है diameter? So there is one limitation for the diameter of bar to be used for the slab. Clause number 26.5.2.2. So 26.5.2.2. I think I have shown this in last lecture. This is 26.5.2.2. Maximum diameter. The diameter of insular shall not exceed 1/8 of the total thickness of the slab. 1/8 of the total thickness of slab. Right. So I am writing over here clause 26.5.2.2. What is that? Maximum diameter is not, maximum diameter should not more than 1/8 of the total thickness of the slab. Total thickness of the slab means capital T, right? Should not. चलो हम कैलकुलेट करो, हमारा कितना है 1/8 ऑफ कैपिटल डी कितना है हमारा? व्हाट इज कैपिटल डी?
195.
195, राइट? सो 195 डिवाइड बाय 8.
24.375.
20.
24.375.
24.375, right? So you should not go beyond this diameter, right? So that is the limit. And one more thing I would like to show you, that what could be the diameter, minimum diameter to be used for the slab. So this is SP34 detailing code for reinforced concrete. element, and here the detailing for the slab is given and some criteria is also given for the detailing point of view for the choosing of diameter of bar for each and every element. So I am opening this code. This is not code, this is called the manual or handbook where the detailings are also given. So this is detailing for bar bending schedule also, beam detailing also given, slab detailing is also given. So I am opening the this is foundation. So somewhere this is column detailings are also available. This one is the beam detailing. I have explained you the detailing for the beam and vertical and horizontal spacing, if two layers, more than one layers of bar, if higher diameter bar, if you are using combination of two diameter of bar, then which diameter you need to place first. So all these things are available in this code, in this handbook. So you can refer this for your convenient time, but this is very important to understand. So somewhere I have explained the things, but more things are available in this. Now see over here, this is the floor slab, what we are doing right now. So criteria is also given, minimum reinforcement, just now we discussed 0.15%, 0.12%. So all these things are available. Now this is the detailing for one-way slab. This is the detailing of one-way slab which is available in SP34. Same we will do for this problem also, for this data also. Now if you note over here, note 1, are you able to see this note 1?
Yes, ma'am.
See this, note 1, diameter not less than 8 mm for deformed bars and 10 mm for plain bars. Right. Note 2, diameter not less than 6 mm, and this is for distribution steel. Note 1 is for main steel. Main steel की अगर हम बात करें तो क्या बोला है, if you are using HYSD bar then 8 mm से आप ज़्यादा ले सकते हो, 8 mm ले सकते हो, 8 mm and more than that. But if you are using plain bar, mild steel bar, then minimum diameter to be used as 10 mm. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the preliminary requirement. So right now we require to choose the diameter of main reinforcement. Now we know that from this codal provision, the H and our case is HYSD bar. I think हमें HYSD bar दिया है FE415. So for HYSD bar, minimum diameter bar you can use as 8 mm and more than that. Right? तो अभी आप choose करो आपको कितने लेने हैं, 8 mm और more than 8, 10 mm, 12 mm, 10 mm ले.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am taking 10 mm bar. Okay. Now again I will take this table number 96. Here area is centimeter square. So this is 434 mm square. So in centimeter it is 4.34 centimeter square. So 4.34 centimeter square say above and diameter 10. So this is diameter 10 and 4.34. 4.34 say above at this 4.36, right? And for this 4.36 the spacing is given 18. Now this 18 is in centimeter, right? Clear everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here you require to write one statement, provide ten mm diameter main reinforcement at a distance of 18 हुआ हमारा 18 सेंटीमीटर, मतलब mm में अगर लिखना हो तो 180 mm center to center. So this is our main reinforcement design. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now 180 mm center to center, that means कि अगर मेरा ये स्लैब है, what I will do, I will take 180 mm distance and I will put my first reinforcement. Then again I will take 180 mm distance, I will put my second reinforcement. Again third reinforcement. Again fourth reinforcement. Right. So this way the distance between the bar will be 180 mm. If I don't know the length in y direction, then also depend on this spacing I can provide my reinforcement. I can place my reinforcement. Clear, everyone? Now this 180 mm, ये जो हमने spacing find किया वो कोडल प्रोविजन में दिया है that what should be the spacing required, maximum distance between the bars to be provided. So that is available in clause number 26.3.3. So I am opening 26.3.3. So here it is 26.3.3. See over here, maximum distance between the bars in tension. Right. तो यहाँ पे बीम के लिए दिया है that we have discussed already. Here it is given for the slab. And what is that? The horizontal distance between parallel main reinforcement. Main reinforcement की बात हो रही है. Shall not be more than 3 times the effective depth. 3 times the effective depth of solid slab or 300 mm. और 300 mm. इन दोनों में से जो भी स्मॉलर है. Right, so this is the criteria for the spacing of main reinforcement bar. Right, so I am writing this criteria over here. Of main reinforcement. क्या बोला है? Whatever spacing you are finding from the equation, from the this SP16, this spacing should not more than first 3 times effective depth, second 300 mm. इन दोनों में से whichever is smaller. Right, and this is clause number 26.3.3. Right. चलो, now the spacing check you can do here itself. जहाँ पे आपने spacing किया है यहाँ पर ही you can do the check for spacing. Right. Your spacing is 180 mm. Now this should not more than first. चलो 3 into D करो, 3 into D, 3 into 175.
525.
525.
525. second is 300 mm. Whichever is smaller क्या है 300 mm. Your spacing should not more than 300 mm. आपका कितना है 180. So check for spacing is okay. Is it clear everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. So this is about check for spacing. ये आपको करना है. अगर 300 से ज़्यादा आता है तो at least you require to provide 300. Clear? चलो. Now step number 7. अभी हमने मेन रेनफोर्समेंट फाइंड कर दी है. मेन रेनफोर्समेंट मतलब ये जो बेंट अप प्रोवाइड करते हैं ये शॉर्टर स्पान के पैरेलल, वो हमने फाइंड कर दिया. नाउ वी रिक्वायर्ड टू फाइंड द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील. देखो यहाँ पर ही ये क्लॉज भी दिया है 3D 300. नाउ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील. कौन सा स्टेप आया हम?
7.
Step 7 to find area for distribution steel. अब एरिया फॉर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील हम कितना प्रोवाइड करेंगे? तो टू प्रोवाइड मिनिमम परसेंटेज स्टील एज पर IS 456. ठीक है. तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील कितना प्रोवाइड करना है? जो हमने मिनिमम परसेंटेज जो प्रोवाइड करना होता है बीम में, सॉरी स्लैब में, राइट, वही है. सी माइल्ड स्टील हो तो 0.15%, HYSD हो तो 0.12%. हमें 0.12% प्रोवाइड करना है. सो PT मिनिमम 0.12%, राइट. सो AST मिनिमम 0.12% ऑफ ग्रॉस एरिया लेना है. तो 0.12 इंटू B इंटू D डिवाइड बाई 100. चलो फाइंड करो. 0.12 इंटू 1000, कैपिटल D इज आई थिंक 195.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो एरिया, मिनिमम एरिया फाइंड कर लो.
234.
234 mm square, right. So this is area, minimum area. Now we require to find the we require to assume the diameter and find the spacing. तो diameter कितना लेना है? देखो नोट 2 में अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील है तो कोई भी आपका FE 250 हो, माइल्ड स्टील हो या HYSD हो, 6 mm या उससे ज़्यादा आप ले सकते हो, राइट. तो हम कितना लेंगे? हमने यहाँ पे 10 mm लिया है, सो विल टेक द 8 mm. सो अज्यूम डायमीटर इज इक्वल टू 8 mm. सो ये डायमीटर के लिए वी रिक्वायर्ड टू फाइंड द परसेंटेज स्टील, सॉरी स्पेसिंग. तो कितना है हमारा ये? 234. तो सेंटीमीटर में क्या होगा? 2.34 सेंटीमीटर और 8 mm के लिए. सो फॉर 8 mm एंड एरिया इज 2.34. तो 2.34 से ज़्यादा हमें देखना है, तो 2.39 है यहाँ पे देखो, राइट. सो 2.39 के लिए हमारा स्पेसिंग कितना है? 21 सेंटीमीटर, राइट. सो अगेन फ्रॉम SP16 टेबल, कौन सा है टेबल नंबर? 96. कितना है स्पेसिंग हमारा?
210.
210 राइट. अभी यहाँ पर ही आपको चेक फॉर स्पेसिंग कर लेना है. तो स्पेसिंग ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील, सेम क्लोज नंबर क्या है? 26.3.3. क्या है? दैट योर स्पेसिंग शुड नॉट मोर देन, देखो ये क्लॉज मैं यहाँ पे बताती हूँ. द हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन पैरेलल रेनफोर्समेंट बार प्रोवाइडेड अगेंस्ट श्रिंकेज एंड टेम्परेचर. तो जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील प्रोवाइड करते हैं दैट इज टू टेक केयर द श्रिंकेज एंड टेम्परेचर shall not be more than 5 times the effective depth or 450, whichever is smaller. Right, so 5D 450. तो यहाँ पे आपका क्या आएगा? फर्स्ट 5D and second 450. इन दोनों में से स्मॉलर. ठीक है. तो अभी यहाँ पे देखो आपका कितना है? 5D 5 into 175
875.
875 mm and 450. इन दोनों में से स्मॉलर कौन सा है? 450. तो 450 से ज़्यादा स्पेसिंग नहीं. इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so final statement, provide 8 mm diameter distribution steel at a distance of 210 mm center to center. Clear? So now we have both the reinforcement for LX direction and for LY direction. ठीक है. So the
Yes, ma'am.
remaining part in the one-way slab design is check for deflection. Now we need to see whether the depth provided is correct or not. So we'll do check for deflection and the detailing part in next lecture. Right. So till then, if you have any doubt, you can ask.